Okay, so one of the very first video games I ever played as a very young kid in my daycare on a GameCube that they had in the older kids section that I would sneak into was Quidditch World Cup. This was one of the first exposures to video games I ever had, which is why it has a very special place in my heart along with Zelda, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Now, with that being said, I am not over the moon excited for Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. I'm very nervous for this game. I'm not the biggest fan of the art style, even though I'll admit it looks really good from the trailers. I want to see what it looks like in gameplay because the trailers don't really show the art style in its full light, and I feel like there is a lot of ways for this game to not be successful. Obviously, we have the boycott situation of JKR. Just because you can enjoy a terrible person's work doesn't mean you are a terrible person. I want to make that very clear. I also want to make clear that I have my own views and you have your own views, and that is okay. Neither of us are terrible people. It's okay for us to see things differently. Let's just not resort to hatefulness, because that's just not going to get us anywhere. I'm still skeptical about this game. Hogwarts Legacy released earlier this year to really good numbers and a lot of surprise, especially for me. I was pleasantly surprised with that game. I didn't think the game was going to be very good. I thought just walking around it was going to be the best part, when in reality there was a lot of story stuff that I enjoyed in that game. I really liked the combat in that game. I really liked the art style of that game. This Quidditch game is kind of a jarring difference, even though it's more in tune with the cartooniness of the first game. Now, part of the reason that I bring up the boycott situation is because with multiplayer games, especially multiplayer games in 2023, they have to make a really good first impression for an audience to last. So the gameplay for this game has to be near perfect at launch for the game to be any sort of successful, because we already know that people are going to not use their brains and not think before they act and just completely destroy the development team for this game, completely destroy anyone who is excited for this game, even if you're a part of the community that the boycotters are trying to represent. Again, I'm trying not to go too much into detail with the boycott because it's just kind of a waste of time. It doesn't really do much. So I'm just leaving it at that. Now, there have been leaks for this Quidditch game, and I don't want to look at them or discuss them because I don't know if that would get me in trouble in any way, shape, or form. It's not like I'm a very big YouTuber, so I can probably get away with it anyway. I'm not even big. I'm so small, so minuscule. But I do want to acknowledge that there is a way for you to see footage of playtesters, because they've had 3 playtests now. So if that's something you want to do, go for it. That's not something I want to do. The only thing that I want to know about this game is how fast-paced it truly is, how competitive it really is, and if it's going to be cross-platform, because I feel like we know that it's coming to consoles and more than likely or already confirmed coming to PC. So I feel like we have to kind of know that. I also don't know what the positions are like. Is it each person fills a different position? Because that's a lot of teams, but it's doable. I don't think it's something that is impossible. And I haven't played Quidditch World Cup again since I was a kid, since I was like very, very small. And I've had a lot of brain injuries, so I don't really remember anything about the game. I will say I am glad to know that this game has been in development for several years, and the studio that's making the game is pretty good, I think. I don't really know. I haven't played too many of their games. I haven't really heard of them. The Harry Potter IP is also just in a really interesting spot right now with the announcement of the revival or reimagining, retelling, and more loyal telling of the books coming to Max. And I don't really know how people are going to take this game. Again, that's why I'm just so nervous to be excited about this game, because multiplayer games are just so hard to nail nowadays. Like, is there going to be a ranked mode? I feel like there has to be a ranked mode, right? Because every online game has a ranked mode. Rocket League has a ranked mode. Valorant has a ranked mode. CSGO Overwatch, or is it going to be more like NBA 2K or like Madden and 2K where it's just a lot more casual and you only make it as competitive as you want? Or is there going to be ranked? I don't know. I didn't get into the playtests, so I'm a little bit bitter. But in all seriousness, this is the first big adaptation of Quidditch in a video game since 2003, which was a year after I was born. So 20 years ago was the last time Quidditch had its own major comeuppance in a video game. So I'm interested to see how they tackle it here. But again, I'm extremely skeptical because they need to make a good first impression. The game comes out and it's buggy and it's broken and certain classes just outplay other ones in ways that they shouldn't be, and the game just doesn't make sense and it's too complicated, then I don't think this game is going to last very long, which sucks because I want it to last long. I think this is an amazing idea. I was sad when Quidditch wasn't in Hogwarts Legacy. I'm happy it's getting its own game. We just need to see where it goes. We don't know price points. We don't know cosmetics. We don't know microtransactions. We don't know maps. We don't know anything about the game. At least if you're like me and you've stayed away from leaks, then you don't know anything. The reason I'm bringing it up is because Summer Games Fest, I call it June Fest. Summer Games Fest is around the corner, and I have a very, very, very strong feeling that this game is going to make an appearance because WB Games is already confirmed to be there, and they have a lot of IPs, and we're probably going to get either Hogwarts Legacy content or more looks at this game. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I wonder if this is going to be my first canceled video. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to upload this video.